Alright, here we are again. Time to do some hardcore trading. Let's go ahead and grab the ship that we bought, the second ship. Assuming you did, you don't have to yet. Hopefully you've made enough money too. And we notice that there's nothing going on here in the enhancer slots. First of all, we need to put something there. We need to put an auto navigation system, which is there. And we have a whole bunch of junk actually in it, so I'm going to transfer all that back and start again. Let's just put the nav system over. And a defensive crystal, which I pillaged off of my other ship. I don't need two on it at the moment. And now, if I click on my ship here, open up the cargo, there it is. I click on my crystal, I can turn it on by either hitting 6 or the check mark. And there it is in the enhancer slot, and then same with my navigation system. This is very important to have a nav system on all ships. Even if it's your primary ship and you plan to be flying it the whole time, you need a nav system on, because in the event that you jump off of it with your dragon wings or whatever, you need to be able to control it to bring it home. So we're going to turn on that. And there's our second ship now with its navigation system on. So next thing we need to do is what we did last time, which is buy contracts, or in this case just get contracts. They don't have a down payment yet. They will as we level up though. Be prepared for that. Steel Nargvalda Shelter 3, and you see how it's not going into my ship now, it's going into my flight center. That's because I have two ships. As long as you've got one ship, it auto transfers over. Once you've got more than one, it no longer does you that service. I'm not sure if that's a bug or a feature. Admins would probably say it's a feature. So we're just gonna get a whole bunch of contracts to shelter. By the way, now that we have a bunch of stuff in here, we can't just hit transfer all, because it'll transfer all this crap in. So instead we click, hold down shift, and keep clicking on each of these. Wait half a second between clicking, because sometimes the game thinks you're dragging because it lags out because the server's in Russia. And we drag them over, hit OK. So we're going to need 4 more plus 16 for the other ship. Nine, 10, 11. Sorry, there's no quicker way to do this. 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and then the 4 for this ship. 3 and 4. Okay. So now we're going to double our profit because we've got 2 ships. Or if you're lucky, by the time you're watching this tutorial, you've got 3 ships and you're doing this on 3 of them, which is great. Let's bring up our other ship, 0 out of 42,000, meaning this is the correct ship. And again, shift click to select multiple cargo crates. There we go. We have 2 full ships, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do some fleet action. We're going to move more than 1 ship at a time. So let's keep this as our main ship, the one with the auto collector, since that was our starter. First, we're going to select the other ship by clicking on docking port, selecting the ship. There it is. It's got its nav system on and a little bit of shielding. And instead of hitting fly out of settlement in a ship, we're going to hit undock the ship under control of the navigation system. What that means is undock the ship on autopilot. See, there it goes. It's going to get out of the way. So we select our other ship by either clicking here or clicking it as it just sits there above the dock. And we're going to take off in this one. We're going to be in this ship. There it is. Now again, we're going to try to go to altitude. But what about our other ship, you might ask? It's off doing its own stupid thing. Well, we click on that ship down here on the bottom right. We tell it to move. And we click on our ship. Now it's going to turn around. There it goes. It's going up. I'm coming. And it's going to make its way back to our newbie ship. So now we've got a fleet of 2 tiny little ships. We're going to start on towards shelter. Our other ship will simply keep up. And while we're flying, I'm going to show you a few other controls that you can use while in the air. So, let's click on our main ship, and let's say we want to shoot somebody. Please don't while you're in the green zone, but I'm going to show you the controls at least for it. You're going to hit the O key. I'll see, it won't even let me do it. Won't let me do it while I'm in the safety area. That's pretty clever, actually. So let's hold on, wait till we get out of the safety area. But in the meantime, I can show you how to target a ship at least. We can right-click on another ship. That targets it and gives you a little bit more info. It's 100% hull. It's going 133. Its height is increasing at about 500. And it's 836 feet or meters or who knows what away. I can do the same for other ships, like these, let's see, here we go. There is Alex, that is an NPC. You'll know it's an NPC because they fly in these perfect formations. He is 100% hull, he's going very slow, 1,500 feet up or yards, who knows, and 3,300 something away. There's his lead ship, he's closer. And they're doing their own thing. There's a couple ships down there. They're landing. You can see their height is decreasing. I can also left click on them and see their information about the player and other stuff right down here, including his reputation. So left clicking a ship gives you their general information. Right clicking gives you their tactical information. See, if I left click on my own ship, that's all the information about it. And then right-clicking gives me more info. In this case, I already have that info here because it's my own ship. If it's another player, you can't see that info. To deselect something, to deselect the left-click on yourself. To deselect the right-click on yourself. Pretty simple, huh? Okay, we're still in the green zone. In fact, I probably won't be able to show you manual aiming because the green zone pretty much extends between Shelter and Nargval. Let's see, there might be a small zone right here that it'll let me do it. It's roughly 4 miles outside of a settlement that you're allowed to fire, but with consequences. We're just going to say miles, just so it's not confusing. I know there's plenty of units of measurement as far as distance in this game goes, but let's just say miles to keep ourselves from not understanding. And we're well on our way to Shelter with 2 ships now. Remember, there's still an achievement going. The next achievement is for 10,000 silver, which is pretty significant. 100 cargo delivery contracts. Well, there's 16 per ship, so that's 32 for this one delivery. This will just take us a couple rounds to get. And again, the handouts for new players are much better than they used to be. Believe me, it's been worse in the past. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna cheat. Digger, extract 5 tons of resources. That is super easy to do. 5 tons is like 1 click of the mouse. So we're gonna get a free little sum of money while we're going here. It looks like I've learned level 1 magic. I'm ready to learn level 2. For mining, you're going to need lots of mana, which the next tutorial probably will be mining. Let's just learn another level of magic. Why not? It's pretty cheap, 700 and some odd silver to learn. And we're dropping down to mine, to do extraction. I'll give you a little preview here. To do basic extraction, you're going to need to be 100 meters above the ground or less. Or 100 yards. Heck if I know, man. I don't know. So many different ones here. We're just going to drop it down. We're going to slow down because I might land before I can actually mine. We're just going to get that achievement real quick for the free money. And don't worry, your ship that's following you will still follow you even if you just sit there doing nothing. Here we go. You see this icon here? The extraction icon is lit up. Let's see. How close am I? Oh, wow. I guess I have to click a lot to do that. Click, 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 click like a nut. Alright, we've extracted everything we can. We're just gonna have to fly somewhere else. We pulled everything we could out of the ground. Let's pick up some more over here. See if we get lucky. No resources found. Wow. Looks like someone else has mined this whole area out. Must be that guy. Alright, so we'll have to get free stuff later. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop our contract off. Make a little bit of money. As one of the other English players, and if you ever need to type to someone, you just click on the little chat bar here and type to them. Click out of it to deselect the chat bar, and you can also close it. I recommend leaving it closed when you're not chatting because it tends to interfere with other windows. We're gonna land my other ship right here. Here he comes. Little guy MK2. And there he is. We've reached 3,000. So your first hour or two of the game is going to be a lot of this back and forth contract baloney. Now, luckily, these contracts get more valuable. 22 is just, oh man, that is just terrible, right? So it does get better. In fact, I'm going to show you in just a second here how much better it actually gets. And my god, it gets so much better. So fear not. Do not be sad that you're making virtually no money, because once you finish this skill and a few others, your level is going to go up. As your level goes up, better contracts become available. You have to put down deposits on them, but they pay out much, much better, where within a couple hours of gameplay, you'll be making 10 to 50,000 silver per run. And you can buy all those weapons, everything you need, and you'd be set. So, okay, we've finished our smaller contract runs. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you what a big difference will be made when you are at a higher level. First, let's do this. Let's log into a mid-low level character. He's level 8, Mr. Good Looking. The purpose of Good Looking actually is I wanted to play as a noob, as you, the viewer, from level 0. I had 0 gold at the time, so there's no way I could cheat, there's no way I could pay to win. I wanted to play just as a new player, earning silver with absolutely no help, and see how long it took me to get to a point where I was as comfortable as a veteran player. Little hint, there's a post in the Steam forums if you want to read it that's got a very detailed description of how I did this, but if you're curious, it took me about 20 hours to 30 hours to really get comfortable. And now at about 45 hours, I passed my first million silver. And at that point, I think I pretty much completed the experiment. So I moved over back to my main character, XB, who makes much more money than that. Okay, so here's a level 8 character. Level 8 has learned level 3 pilotage. He's learned some mana skills, lightning skills, a bunch of random magic skills. These are all pretty easy to learn because they don't take skill books. So I recommend getting them. He learned some Streck skills, some extraction and exploration, which is very important if you want to become a resource digger. Don't become a miner in order to earn money, because it does not make money in this game. But do become a miner if you want to learn to produce things like ships and weapons and ammo. That does make money in the game. So anyway, level 8, if I open my contracts and I go to all contracts, there is a vast difference between this and what you were just seeing at like 22 payouts. See here? So from, let's see, what are my best ones? Probably right here. So from Shelter, which is where we just were on the other character, to Ashtar, which is, see there's Shelter? Ashtar's north. That's a pretty good distance. That'll take you about 20 minutes to cover in a smaller ship. So from Shelter to Ashtar, pull that contract back up, you're looking at 43.25 per load, but they're 100,000 size, meaning you're going to need a bigger ship than the noob ship. At the point at which you'll be doing these contracts, you'll be using tractors, which can hold over 300,000, so you can do 3 of these contracts. That's 4, 8, 12,000 silver, about 13,000, and then you'll have multiple ships because you'll have convoys. So anyway, on a single run at level 5 to 8 or so, you can make 50 to 70,000 silver easy. Now let me show you what the end game looks like. We're going to exit from the world. We're going to go into XB, my favorite character, because he's me. And we're going to go to, see, he's got lots of money. And this was just today. He had almost nothing this morning. So now we get into the real money makers. I'm talking tons and tons of cash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contracts available for, let's just round it to 25,000 a piece. You're looking at 125,000 silver right there. Ashtar to Chief's Hall. If we take smaller contracts, Ashtar to Chief's Hall, there's another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I think there's 10 of those contracts, so there's another 120,000 or so. Oh, you know, almost $250,000 on one run to Chief's Hall. And then from Chief's Hall and back, you basically double that. You get another 500,000. I could just tell you from experience. I won't show you because you'll have to sit here watching me fly for 20 minutes, and that's very boring. But in a single run, I can make about 1 million silver, which is awesome. And I can do it in one ship. If you're curious, that ship is called the Negotiator. It is the human heavy cargo ship. It's the lower lower tier. You can also get an Ox, which is much larger, but this ship tends to be better, in my opinion, for quickness. You can get a Negotiator with a SM3 engine, cheap fuel that you can just mine right out of the ground, a level 6 demon. This is all kind of expensive. It took me about 35 hours of in-game work to work my way up to this and to all the stuff that's in it. But again, it is possible. And 6 months ago when I made my last set of tutorial videos, there was no freaking way. You had to pay money. You could not get this ship without putting in money unless you played for like 1,000 hours, which is not possible. Sorry. But now you're looking at 30 to 40 hours, which is still a lot of time commitment, but I mean, come on, 30 to 40 hours compared to infinite hours. That's a major improvement. The developers have done a lot of improving on this game as far as helping new players make it to financial stability. They still have made it difficult because, I mean, it's a free-to-play game. They want you to pay them money, like every free-to-play game. If you ever play a free-to-play game and you get offended that they somehow want to take your money, well, you've been lied to. It's free to play because they want to make money through other routes. This game is no different. You know, games like EA's Battlefront 2, which was a blatant ripoff. That's another story, you know, where you pay $60 for a game and then you pay tons more money to do anything in the game. That's a ripoff. But this game is free. Everything's available to you for free. You can get by without ever paying money. Personally, I'm too lazy. At some point, I'm more fond of putting in, you know, $5 and just skipping this whole process. But if you're a new player and you want to learn everything, I do suggest you don't spend real money. Please do it for free so that you can learn each step of the game before you pump in real dollars. Otherwise, you're going to miss important fundamentals in this game. So anyway, that's it for contracts. As you can see, contracts are very lucrative at the higher levels. They're fairly lucrative at the lower levels once you pass level 1 and 2. And there's another way to make money in this game called commodity trading. I don't really know if I'm going to make a tutorial video for it because it takes a ton of time. Like trading from Citadel to Nargval would take me an hour and a half. And you'd be watching me for an hour and a half. I could cut the video short, but honestly, I don't even know if I want to spend that much time to do it. I'll explain it to you in another tutorial video and then let you figure out if that's how you want to make money. It is possible to make a lot of money that way, but it's also very dangerous because there are pirates everywhere. So I'll leave that up to you, and I'll explain that in a future tutorial video, probably wrapping up everything that I've taught you in the tutorials before it. So thank you again for watching, and if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask me in Steam, Steam chat. We have a Discord as well, which you can look up in the clan recruitment section of Steam. It's always there, even if you're watching this tutorial video, 6 months after I made it, and maybe we're not playing LuckCatchers at the time. We still have the knowledge. We can answer all of your questions and help you out. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you at the next video.